Okay, this is awesome. This is not very mechanically sound, right? This ribbon cable has to connect to 3 separate devices, and I need it to be stretchy, and I don't want it to go zigzag for different reasons. But we don't have to go zigzag in order for it to be stretchy, because we can actually play with another axis, even though this is going to be folded, but this is 2D. So we're going to take a two-dimensional object, make it 3D, and kind of from the 3D flatten it down to 2 dimensions. Isn't that kind of fun? So I have this drawing. Instead of making these squiggly, right? So I pretty much have this elbow shape with a thing in the middle. But we don't want that, because that can't stretch. These cells need to move away from each other. We also don't want this, back and forth thing going on, because this creates pressure points in the flex ribbon cable. And so that's not a good solution either, so we're going to go with this shape right here. Okay, so we're going to go with this shape. So yeah, so what this is going to do, it is going to solve a problem. And it's going to solve it in a reverse way. Because this left edge is going to flip over inside of this hole, and this right edge is going to flip over to the other side. So what I want is a hole that can be used to punch out the center and maybe even go inside of this one. So the thing I need to realize is the one that is on the left is going to be inverted. So because I'm dealing with this space, that this is going to be flipped upside down when it's in the normal configuration. So now we gotta figure out the width of the PCB. Okay, so the flex PCB, we know that we want the minimum pitch has to do with the width of this. So this width Okay, I think I have the design decently done. One millimeter gaps in this are pretty small. So I have 1 millimeter gaps. This one is like twice the size of what it needs to be, but of course it's just a prototype for the design, so it kind of is nice to have these twice as big. Since the distances are not that far, this is a very seemingly going to be an inexpensive PCB, Flex PCB project. So Flex PCBs are kind of expensive. This might have to be two-sided because of how it's set up, but it might not be, actually, because I have both sides of the boards of the actual PCBs. So yeah, this is kind of fun, a little bit complicated. It's really hard for me to design this in Fusion because Fusion, I don't know how I would bend these in 3D, right? Because I'd have to bend each of these ribbon cables and I'd have to see where they're lined up. And I'm not proficient enough in Fusion 360 or any 3D software to do that really. So I just have to do it in real life. And that's why this Cricut Maker is pretty nice. I did get grumpy with it because when I group things together, it doesn't want to group them. I just have to learn to use the attach. But so this should be close.